Assalamu alaikum. My name is Dr. Manzoor Ahmed Hashmani. I'm from University Technology Patronage, and today I'm going to present our paper, A Critical Review on Blockchain Frameworks for DApp, that is Distributed Applications. Okay, this is the overview of my presentation. First, I will talk about blockchain in general, then blockchain frameworks, and major frameworks for developing decentralized applications. Later, I will talk about comparative analysis of different frameworks for DApp development, and finally, conclusion. What is blockchain? As we know, blockchain is an exceptionally increasing at a very rapid rate, and the tendency is to continue for the foreseeable future. I think the blockchain will continue to be popular in future because it is suitable for not only non-enterprise applications but enterprise applications as well. Data is often maintained and controlled by a decentralized third party in terms of private blockchains, where the blockchain is applied in industries. So today, my main focus is the enterprise-based blockchain. Okay, if you look at the blockchain, the way blockchain is applied in industry, it is suitable for certain industries. For example, it is suitable for supply chains, it is suitable for fintech, energy-related applications, and healthcare. These are some of the industries for which blockchain is suitable. The criteria is the blockchain is suitable for those applications where the transparency of the data and the tracking of data is significant. If you look at the blockchain frameworks, there are several prominent blockchain frameworks. For example, Hyperledger Fabric, Ethereum, Multichain, Quorum, and there are some other frameworks, but these are the popular ones. Without an unbiased overview of the platforms, it is very difficult to develop applications. We need to have a critical view of all these frameworks and then decide which framework is suitable for which kind of applications. Of course, there is no one single framework suitable for all kind of applications. Rather, we can see that certain frameworks are generally better than others, but certain frameworks are only suitable for certain kind of applications. In this paper, we compared several frameworks in terms of throughput, industry acceptance, consensus methods, and etc. This study will serve as a reference for industries to pick an appropriate platform for their needs. If you look at different related work in this area and the work that has been done on the related platforms, in 2021 we have quite a few publications. I have only selected a few here, not all. There are many actually papers on different platforms. For example, in 2021, some of the highlighted papers are a methodology for selection of a blockchain platform to develop an enterprise system, a survey of empirical performance evaluation of permission blockchain platforms. Permission blockchain platforms are the ones which are useful for the industry, and its challenges and opportunities. Permission blockchain frameworks in the industry, a comparison. These are some of the papers which are recent ones in 2021, and then we have in 2018, in 2020, and we have various publications. If you look at these publications, they relate to different forums, platforms. For example, Corda, Multichain, Hyperledger Fabric, Quorum, Ethereum. So we have gone through all these applications to summarize our critical views on different platforms. The major frameworks that we have focused upon are Multichain framework, Quorum, Hyperledger Fabric, Ethereum, and Corda. These are some of the frameworks which are used to develop decentralized applications. This is the hot work these days because decentralized applications are the ones which are used by the industry to provide different services which are transparent and which can use which can track data in different supply chain stages. If If I do comparative analysis of different frameworks for DApp, this is very important. We'll do comparative analysis of 5 platforms: Ethereum, Hyperledger Fabric, Quorum, and Corda. The year in which this was proposed, Ethereum, is 2015, Hyperledger Fabric was in 2017, Multichain in 2015, Corda is 2016, and Corda is 2015. If you look at these years, more or less, these frameworks were introduced in the same era, around same number of years, which is 2015 and 2016. And if we talk about, one of the major applications of blockchain, as you know, in terms of public blockchain, is the cryptocurrency. Whether this is suitable for cryptocurrency application or not, Ethereum is primarily developed for cryptocurrencies, which is not the enterprise application, which is this cryptocurrency is a public application. And the rest of the frameworks, for example, Hyperledger, Multichain, Corda, and Corda, these are not suitable for cryptocurrencies, but rather these are permissioned blockchains and used by the industry to provide applications. Regarding support and the governance, the Ethereum is supported by Ethereum Developer Forum, and the Hyperledger Fabric, as we know, Linux Foundation, very famous, very popular. Multichain is supported by Coin Sciences, and Quorum by JP Morgan Chase, the Corda by R3 Consortium. If you talk about Ethereum, is I think one of the most popular, but is not so suitable for. It can be used for both permission and permissionless, means public and private blockchains, but primarily it is used in public blockchains. So Ethereum is an open source, public distributed platform for building dApps. Though it is open source, but it's still when you are using it, there are expenses involved. There are charges involved. Ethereum is one of the driving force behind different applications in the fields of healthcare, voting, property registration. So these are some of the applications, but most of these applications are public related. It is introduced smart contracts and supports DAO, which is decentralized autonomous organizations. Okay, and it also supports dApps, which is decentralized applications. Smart contracts is just nothing but a piece of code on which all the parties, the members of a network where the blockchain is deployed, they all agree on that piece of code, which is kind of a contract between those parties. That's why it's called a smart contract. In general terminology, smart contracts in software engineering, it is called a software program, but here we call it smart contracts. Why smart? Because piece of code is involved. Ethereum allows smart contracts built in Solidity object-oriented language for the execution of dApps. Ethereum also introduces a Ethereum virtual machine, which allows nodes to run any application. So these are some of the features of Ethereum. If we now talk about multi-chain, the multi-chain is also an open source platform and is created by Coin Sciences. Multi-chain is a fork of Bitcoin blockchain. So it is kind of a derivative of a Bitcoin blockchain network. Multi-chain allows users to choose several settings. For example, the network setting, the privacy setting, maximum block size, and minimum mining reward. These are some of the settings that are allowed by multi-chain. Similar settings are allowed in other frameworks as well. The new Multichain 2.0 adds smart filters, a feature that enables custom rule coding for transaction validation. Multichain clients are such as C#, Go. These are the languages that we can use to create clients for the multichain network. So it means the front end. Java, Node.js, PHP, Python, Rugby. So these are quite a few applications, the programming languages that we can use to create clients for multi-chain networks. Let me now come to the Quorum. Quorum was built on Ethereum for use in the financial world only. That is a special case of Ethereum. However, it can be used in other businesses as well. The working structure is almost same as Ethereum. Quorum is a great solution for applications where the time it takes to process transactions and how fast they can be done is very important. So this is one of the reasons, one of the criteria used to decide whether you're going to use Quorum or other platforms. Regarding privacy, you can make private contracts and transactions in Quorum as well. Alternative consensus protocols are there, consortium blockchain networks, and one of the main features is draft-based consensus protocol. This is one of the major feature of Quorum. Okay, the network can only be joined by known and unauthorized user. This is the feature of all blockchain networks which are used in an enterprise setting. One of the major blockchain platforms is the Hyperledger Fabric, a very popular one, and open source and available free of cost. You can even use with the free of cost. Hyperledger Fabric, introduced by Linux Foundation, it is designed to target for business use only. Hyperledger Fabric can be used for public as well, but it's not so convenient to use in public networks, but rather it is more suitable for businesses. Hyperledger Fabric is a permission blockchain, and it is used to create industry-specific resilient platforms, applications, hardware systems that enable commercial transactions. So you can see that it is for the commercial transactions or business use only. Hyperledger Fabric provides nodes with different identities assigned by a membership service provider, which is decentralized authority, meaning the company. All right, so it also implements the application logic through smart contracts. So same concept of smart contracts also applies in Hyperledger Fabric. The smart contracts in Hyperledger are very powerful, and you can implement business logic and the agreements done between the participating nodes using smart contracts in Hyperledger Fabric. I may like to add here that we are also developing one application focused on a very particular business industry, and we investigated many platforms, and we found that Hyperledger Fabric is more suitable to that particular application, which is tracking the halal food industry. It's a halal food product that we are tracking. I cannot go into further details because it's copyrighted, but it's a medium scale industry having a lot of data, and the customers is the whole country consumes. So there are millions of consumers also, but even at that scale, Hyperledger Fabric is quite suitable. Okay, if you look at the comparative analysis between different platforms, Ethereum, Hyperledger, Multichain, Quorum, Corda, do they support the aspects that I'm going to compare is whether they support API or not, and industry focus, which area is the focused industry for this forum, and the throughput of this platform. For example, Ethereum, it supports API. Main focus is cryptocurrency, and the throughput is around a few hundred seconds, which means it's slow, it's not very fast. Okay, if you look at Hyperledger Fabric, it does not support API. You need to have another separate tool to develop APIs. It is more suitable to supply chains, where you can track different data over supply chains. The throughput is more than 200 TPS transactions per second, which is great, which is good in terms of businesses. This is acceptable. Multi-chain, it does support API. If you look at the Quorum, it supports API. It is suitable for financial industry, but the throughput is less than 100 transactions per second. Corda is also very similar to Quorum. Finally, concluding, and my assigned time is about to finish as well, which is around 15 minutes. Blockchain is disrupting technology and it is influencing industries beyond fintech. It's not just fintech. So this is a correction. Many people think it is only suitable for fintech. Several frameworks are there to develop decentralized applications. It has become very hard for the industries to choose a better platform for a particular use case. Therefore, our study presents critical view of major frameworks including Ethereum, Hyperledger Fabric, Quorum, Multichain, and Corda. The review is done in terms of throughput, industry acceptance, consistent method EDC. The finding of this review revealed that, this is the final and the key phrase, that is, it reveals that Hyperledger Fabric possesses better properties than other platforms, but still I would say choosing platform entirely depends on the use case requirement. For some it might not be useful, but for this one is open source. The Hyperledger Fabric is open source, free of cost, and it is good for the medium-sized industries, as I believe in. Thank you very much for your time and listening to me today.